Like, we living in a society now where people want to record how they discipline their child. Since when? What goes on?
Friends, Romans, countrymen.
And I cannot believe y'all.
V. V for victory and V for victory. I have nothing you to offer except my blood, toil, sweat and tears. Dear students, based on the first lesson, 3 L's of empowerment, I would like to give you an assignment, right? A task. The name of the task is declamation. You know what is declamation? You will take some extracts from some great classic speeches and rehearse it and present it before an audience or before your friends. You are going to imitate the speaker. You have to by heart certain lines and present it, right? That is declamation. So that is an activity for your CE mark. That is a assignment for you. It is very easy to practice. First you download some text, okay, some specimen speeches, and select a few lines, some wonderful lines, and by heart it, practice it, present it. That will make a lot of change, right? And you will practice the skill of public oration or public speech, okay? That may enhance your leadership qualities and your language acquisition, right? You may get rid of your nervousness, self-consciousness, and you will be a good speaker in English. So practice make you perfect. For your declamation activity, I would suggest some great speakers like Mahatma Gandhi, Abraham Lincoln, Winston Churchill, and the same text given in the back of your first lesson of Martin Luther King Jr., I Have a Dream, and Mark Antony's speech, classics in English literature. And you have youth contemporary authors, social activists like Arundhati Roy, Malala Yousafzai. There are such Swami Vivekananda is a best option for you. You may quote him. You present their speeches in the class, one paragraph or two paragraphs, briefly, right? So declamation is a good practice, good exercise that should come under teaching public speech. And the very first lesson, 3 L's of Empowerment by Christine Lagarde, is a wonderful speech originally. The original version, you may read it. And your text is the abridged, shortened one. The original speech is a wonderful one. And you may listen to the video of the same speech in the YouTube, right? See, apart from elaborating on women empowerment, the linguistic abilities should be mastered meanwhile, and to master or to practice public speech is a good exercise in acquiring a language, right? Thank you. Declamation exercise, practicing or rehearsing declamation, public speech, presentation, imitating the great speakers, enacting them on the stage, delivering the same words delivered by them. So that's a very good exercise that may make you a wonderful speaker.
Friends, Romans, and countrymen, lend me your ears. I am here to bury Caesar, not to praise him. Please shut up. See, this is how Mark Antony started his great speech.
In your textbook, the first lesson is a wonderful speech. So you must go through the original speech. I think they have given you the edited one, the abridged one. Just download the text from YouTube or listen to the original video of Christian Lagarde delivery, 3 L's of empowerment. It's a wonderful speech actually. And in the end of the lesson, they have given 2 specimens for public speech. One is that of Mark Antony. In Julius Caesar, he makes a wonderful speech. It's one of the celebrated one in English classics. You have another classic in the same genre of public speech, that is I Have a Dream. It's a classic speech, a best specimen for public oration. It's delivered by the great Negro leader Martin Luther King Jr. He is well quoted. He's a revolutionary, and I have some extract from his speech. I have a dream. I have a dream today. I have a dream that one day every valley shall be exalted, and every hill and mountain shall be made low. The rough places will be made plain, and the crooked places will be made straight, and the glory of the Lord shall be revealed, and all flesh shall see it together. This is the faith, this is our hope, and this is the faith that I go back to the south with. With this faith, we will be able to hew out the mountain of despair a stone of hope. With this faith, we will be able to transform the jangling discords of our nation into a beautiful symphony of brotherhood. With this faith, we will be able to work together, to pray together, to struggle together, to go to jail together, to stand up for freedom together, knowing that we will be free one day. So, this is a great speech. Students, I recommend another Indian, a great philosopher, saint, the walking, traveling saint, Swami Vivekananda. He made a wonderful address at New York, one of the parliaments of the religions. He addressed the audience like this. Americans were electrified with his mesmerizing voice. He started the most famous speech like this: Sisters and brothers of America. So that was the beginning. Sectarianism, bigotry, and its horrible descendant, fanaticism, have long possessed this beautiful earth. They have filled the earth with violence, drenched it often and often with human blood, destroyed civilization, set whole nations to despair. So, such wonderful words are there. And once he said on another occasion, I am going away, but I shall never come back until I can burst on the society like a bomb and make it follow me like a dog. He stated, religion is not for empty bellies. That is Swami Vivekananda. He is a good model for you for declamation, for practicing your public oration skill. Okay.
Malala Yousafzai in the UN. This is an extract from her speech. Dear brothers and sisters, we must not forget that millions of people are suffering from poverty, injustice, and ignorance. We must not forget that millions of children are out of schools. We must not forget that our sisters and brothers are waiting for a bright and peaceful future. So let us wage a global struggle against illiteracy, poverty, and terrorism. And let us pick up our books and pens. They are our most powerful weapons. One child, one teacher, one pen, and one book can change the world. Education is the only solution. Education first. Students, whenever we talk about public oration, we cannot leave one man, one great politician, the British Prime Minister, Winston Churchill. So he made the slogan V, the letter V for victory and V for victory. So in one of his radio address during the end of the second half of the First World War, he made a wonderful speech like this. I would say to the House, and I said to those who have joined this government, I have nothing to offer but blood, toil, tears, and sweat. We have before us an ordeal of the most grievous kind. We have before us many, many long months of struggle and suffering. You ask, what is our policy? I can say, it is to wage war by sea, land, and air. With all our might, with all our might, with all the strength that God can give us, to wage war against a monstrous tyranny, never surpassed in the dark, lamentable catalogue of human crime. This is our policy. You ask, what's our aim? I can answer in one word. It is victory. Victory at all cost. Victory in spite of all terror. Victory however long and hard the road may be. For without victory there is no survival. Let that be realized. No survival for the British Empire. No survival for all that the British Empire has stood for. No survival for the urge and impulse of the ages that mankind will move forward towards its goal. So this was Winston Churchill. Dear students, when you go after the famous public speeches, the one I recommend for you is Arundhati Roy. So apart from a novelist, she is a well-known social activist and speaker. So her seminar papers are world famous. In one of her speeches, she concludes like this: another world is not only possible, she is on her way. On a quiet day, I can hear her breathing. So this is Arundhati Roy. See, in the end, I shall give you one more example for great speech. A great speech in the history of human rights. Can you guess who is the speaker? It starts like this: O people, lend me an attentive ear, for I know not whether after this year I shall ever be amongst you again. Therefore, listen to what I am saying very carefully and take these words to those who could not be present here today. All mankind is from Adam and Eve. An Arab has no superiority over a non-Arab. nor a non-Arab has any superiority over an Arab. Also, a white has no superiority over a black, nor does a black have any superiority over a white, except by piety and good action. Can you guess who is the speaker? It was none other than the Holy Prophet, Prophet Muhammad, on his farewell sermon, Hajjatul Wida.
And you might have heard of the Gettysburg Address by Abraham Lincoln the great president of America. He started the speech like this: 87 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty and dedicated in the proposition that all men are created equal. Friends, Romans, countrymen, I have come here to bury Caesar, not to praise him. The evil that men do lives after them. The good is often interred with their bones. So let it be with Caesar. So this is how Mark Antony